obsession is getting worse by Rambo.
I love Asians. I love anime, I love manhwa, I love Genshin Impact, and a lot of people do too. But they fall under the trap that because Asia is a different country, it's more easy.
Wait, what? Country? Oh my god, this triggers me so much. Why does this trigger me so much right now? Oh no, this trigger. I'll just
To
continue.
fetishize and idealize everything about Korea, everything about Japan. Fuck Korea, fuck Japan.
Everyone swears that they're
Wait,
him
what?
or the main character until they go to South Korea. You think you're smart? Go to South Korea. You think you're talented? Go to South Korea. You think you're hot? Go to South Korea. Motherfucker, I swear on my mama's grave, you're gonna be humbled real fucking fast.
Because I grew up in Korea, a lot of the
Oh, but I do remember. When I was entering the internet space, it was a lot of like, oh, actually, I'm like 1/4 Japanese. It was really bad. Or people claiming that, well, in my past life, I was a Japanese princess. It was just like, eee, eee, eee. Okay, let's see what this is going though.
stereotypes of it being a very clean place. A lot of people are prim, proper, polite, they look good, is correct. But there is an underlying problem with everything in every country where, I don't think people know this, maybe they should, the suicide rates are extremely high in Korea, Japan. Almost the entire population will go extinct in a few generations because there's so much pressure in the work-life culture that they're not having children, they're being incentivized, paid money to have children, and nonetheless, their population is still dwindling, and it is
Oh yeah, the problem also is not only the entire pressure around the work environment. It's just super expensive to raise a child. It's super expensive to raise a child, and usually the entire work falls, or most of the work, usually speaking, falls on the mother, and it's just, yeah. Girls just don't wanna be stay-at-home moms anymore when they can make a career, you know? It's, yeah.
is to the point where it is so bad, it is so drastic that, well, they can't go back. They cannot reverse their population deficit.
You heard that right. At its current rate, Korea is expected to go from a population of nearly 52 million to 34 million, a loss of over 30% in less than 50 years.
But that is actually good for the young people to come. I mean, it's bad for the generations working right now, because the generations right now won't probably get a pension fund or whatever, but this will be luxury for the young people to come. You know, more housing, better job opportunities, more space, probably less higher prices in rent. Like, everything will probably be more affordable because there is a lot of housing for not as many people. So they will want to make everything very how do you say, attractive to get tenants themselves, right? So I see this as a win for the commoners, the commonwealth, the lowly borns like myself. I see this as a win for the generations to come. Yeah, there will be less pressure on them overall when it comes to well, surviving.
Over that period, Korea will lose 50% of its workforce and have a median age of 60. Imagine
Okay, that's
that.
really bad. A median age of 60. That's retirement home country. It's a win for the peasants. It is a win for the peasants. It is. It is a win for the generations to come. Like, the system that is working as intended for a certain group of people will collapse, and it will benefit the peasants. Yup, it will. There would be a shift, indeed.
A country where the average person is retired, with the lowest fertility rate in the world, nearly 73% below the replacement rate of 2.1, Korea is on a dangerous path to self-destruction.
I don't blame you. Of course. You live in the
Well, distraction as they know it as it is, right? There are other models on how to make a society prosper that doesn't include that there will always be more and more and more and more population overall. Because I remember when I went to school, the teachers always said, oh, like in 20 years, like in 50 years, we're gonna have an overpopulation problem. Like we already are too many people on this world. So, well, they told us we already are too many people on this world, so let's not make many more people. Let's look after the world. Isn't it? Isn't that what they wanted? Oh no, now they don't have as much workforce anymore. Oh no, the profits. Oh no.
United States, one of the least competitive first world countries in the entire world. So, of course, if you go to some like cutthroat place like South Korea, yeah, you don't really understand what it's like.
What I don't understand is that a lot of people living in America fetishize other countries. Oh yeah, you should go to the Philippines. Everything there is so cheap. Vietnam, oh Dubai, it's the most luxurious.
Let me say that passport bros. Now, usually the grass is not really greener on the other side. Doesn't really matter in what regards. And yeah, and Dubai, isn't Dubai actually super superficial? Like basically a city that is a big mall that is surrounded by consumerism and plastic people that are only there to show off. Isn't that the issue with Dubai?
City, it's a utopia. Oh my god, Japan, Korea, everything's so clean and awesome. Everyone looks so good. Now, why don't you move there? Because they need the hope. There are so many people living sad, desperate, loser lives that they want the idea of a perfect escape. And you could see this in multiple videos of people, white people, who moved to Japan because they thought that's exactly what they wanted. And they slowly get burned and put into reality that maybe Japan isn't so awesome. Maybe Dubai is the shittiest place ever. Maybe I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I see it with people that are going to live from Europe to Japan, right? They were romanticizing living in Japan and having the Japanese lifestyle and everything. And honestly, I was for a really, really long time also one of those. Like when I was super small, I was like, one day I want to go and live in America. Now you can't even pay me to go live in the US, but and then I was like, oh my god, Japan, that's so nice. Everything is so polite and clean and yada yada yada. But when you look on a deeper level in Japan specifically, let's talk about Japan. Let's talk about Japan. You don't want to enter the workforce there. They have such a high suicide rate because people are being burnt out in the workforce. Like the entire issues with the salarymen that are sleeping on the streets, and here in Europe, you could never literally imagine to work so much until you fall asleep on the streets of a train station. But in Japan, that's normal, and you don't really realize how bad it is unless you have experience from a friend that is there, or from or first-hand experience from yourself, right? Like people there, they live to work basically. Like working, like in this society, it has such a different meaning to work than in Europe, for example. In Europe, we're like, oh yeah, the work-life balance. Oh yeah, you should take off yourself. Don't do a lot of overtime. That's not required. In Japan, if you go home before your boss, people will side-eye you. And if your boss stays like until 10, 11 in the night, you have to do so as well, or you'll be considered a bad worker. And this is some type of of things that people just don't realize unless they live through it. Elf places are good to visit or travel to, but not to live in. Yeah, exactly. That's why also I say I would love to retire in Japan, because I think I could live in retirement there. I mean, I'm open enough to I believe at least that I'm open enough to adapt to the community in Japan, to the life there. But I could never right now pack my stuff and go live in Japan. I could never work there. I need some kind of income to survive. And I don't think I would be able to survive there in the workforce. No, first of all, because I don't speak Japanese, I can only say sorry,ません, nani the fuck. But also because of the entire pressure around there, it's insane. Yeah, retiring in Japan is an idea, right? But working, oh hell no. And I feel like this goes for many Asian countries actually. To retire there and have a easy, quote unquote easy life, okay. But working there, it's actually hell. Especially if you're not familiar with that work environment or with the work culture, it's gonna be hell for you, and you will have a really bad awakening. Like, I work myself passing out, but no, definitely not the norm. No, it's definitely not the norm. Like in Europe, it's not the norm. If you work until you pass out, that's being like, oh my god, watch for your mental health, and even your boss will be like, okay, yeah, you passed out at work. You need to take care of yourself. But in Japan specifically, for example, there it's expected. Like, if you pass out from work, people be like, oh yeah, this person is working hard. Do more. It's different. It's just completely different. Yeah.
Can't say that. I might die if I ever go there. But the pollution there is horrible. They don't have any sewer system, so they just shovel the shit and dump it in some random place in Dubai.
This is Dubai's conga line of poo from
Yeah,
2009.
wait, what?
The viral video, along with some lazy reporting, perpetuated a myth that the Burj Khalifa has no sewage system due to budget issues during the financial crisis. The truth is actually stranger, and ends in some controversy, because it wasn't the Burj Khalifa that didn't have sewer infrastructure. It was most of the buildings throughout the city. This data
Wait, most buildings throughout the city of Dubai don't have a sewer system. What? So they load it in trucks and they have to transport the waste to... Oh, wow. This is actually shocking. This is shocking to me. I didn't know that. They don't have a sewer system.
daily line of 4,000 septic trucks had collected human waste to deliver to the Al Arwiyah sewage treatment plant. At the time, it was Dubai's only and severely overloaded treatment plant, with a capacity of 260,000 cubic meters of wastewater per day, but over 500,000 cubic meters of wastewater being trucked in. The trucks would sometimes wait in line for 24 hours to unload before starting all over again, and the odors around the
Wait, they were having to wait in these trucks until they can unload all the waste, and that was basically their work day. They were just living in those trucks until they could load out. Oh my god.
conga line and the treatment plant were unbearable.
I currently now live in America, and wherever you're currently living in, every other single place will be seen as a better land of opportunity. Oh, I want to go to Dubai, the most luxurious place. Oh, I gotta be a passport pro. I gotta jump around the Philippines, go to
Oh yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's only USA. This is more and more happening in Europe as well. Because in Europe we're also starting to have some type of issues, societal issues, and people are starting to romanticize to live in another country to get away from all the problems that we are having over here as well.
Vietnam. But really think about it. Every single country obviously has their own flaws, and the reason why
Yeah.
everything seems like a better opportunity is because people struggle in their current and daily lives. A big reason why white people and weeb culture is so popular is because they see Japan and anime as a medium to escape their current and daily lives. You guys might not
Yeah, and it's not only anime, it's also video games as well, right? We play let's talk about myself only, but I play games to escape reality. I even stream to escape reality. I just, let's escape the struggles of the real world. You can immerse yourself in a fantasy and click out, log out of the world for a brief moment.
Not know this because I'm a big psychology nut, but a big reason why Isekai is such a
Oh yeah, this is so fun. Isekai main characters all look the same. They all literally look the same. Look at this. Look at it's literally the same character in different hair, in different art styles. It's just that's true.
popular genre where it's a generic main character being transported to another world where he pretty much gets a second chance, he gets a harem full of girls, he's suddenly more powerful, is because people see Isekai Japan as a station of escape.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like specifically Japan as a station of escape, but more like Asia overall. But yeah, that's true. The Isekai dream. I mean, who doesn't want to become super powerful and be surrounded by girls in an alternate fantasy universe, no? Who doesn't want to become important? Who doesn't want to become successful, powerful? It's something that is waning with the more time you keep in this in German we call it Hamsterrad. I don't know how to say it in English. Hamster wheel? I believe hamster wheel. Yeah.
And there are many videos of white people escaping to Japan and getting hit with a reality shock that the life they're trying to escape from isn't actually going to be solved in a different place, it is just in a different culture.
Is because they are running away from
Yeah.
something as opposed to running towards something. Whether this is issues they have with their own country or the situation they find themselves in and are looking for some form of escape. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this, but it's worth remembering that while moving to a different environment can feel like a fresh start, that feeling doesn't last forever. Eventually, the problems that you tried to
That's
leave
true.
behind may start to catch up with you. I've been through some of my most difficult times living in Japan, whether that's loneliness, anxiety, or uncertainty about the future. Our problems tend to have a habit of following us no matter where we go, and some things can't be left behind.
People project their internal insecurities
Yeah, that is so nice said like that. Rat race maybe a rat race. I'm not sure if it's rat race. Kuro. Also, good morning. I'm not sure if it's rat race. No, like always keeping in the wheel. In the same wheel, working in the same wheel. I don't know how to say that in English.
and fantasy onto foreign cultures. For example, Japanese people are so disciplined. Korean men look so much better than the Americans. You're craving order in your own life. You're romanticizing looks because maybe you don't feel enough looking for yourself. I messed up the sentence, but people are trying to project and self-reflect on this external obsession. And understand this. This isn't just about foreign cultures, Asia, but literally anything. There are a lot of people, specifically,
Wait.
I was live and a 17-year-old said, oh, I'm a crypto guy. Rambo, you don't know shit. You're fucking dumb. Crypto is the move. Crypto is the money. Why is he choosing to
yeah.
insult me? Why is he banking on the idea that crypto is the future? I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm not saying that it's not. What I am saying is that he puts a lot of his personality into this one thing, just like other weebs putting such a strong personality trait into just Japan culture. Why is that?
Yeah, that is Hamsterrad. Yeah. Rat race is the word for it. Ah, I didn't know. Hamster wheel is probably the right term. I don't think it's the right thing. It's the right thing to say that I was looking for. The rat race. Ah, okay, it's rat race. I got an eye exam. Okay, see you later, Mizuno. Good eye exam. Hope everything is fine. Mr. Bigelow, thank you so much for following. How are you doing? Welcome. We are watching videos today. Hope you'll enjoy. I mean, also, why is that? Why is our perception that Japanese people or Korean people, they look so good? It's in Japan, when you leave your house, if you're employed, if you're in the workforce, when you leave your house, when you commute, for example, to work, people, you will always see people like looking their best because they are still representing the company. It's ingrained in the culture. They are still representing the company they are working for, so they want to look best for the company's sake, right? So they dress up, they put on suits. That's why you see so many people like, oh well, all the salarymen and stuff, they all wear suits because even outside of the company, they're still representing the company and they wanna represent it as a worthy representant. Does that make sense? I don't know. But it's also, people will wear suits or like dress up, like suit up to commute, and to wear work clothes when they arrive at their working place. Let's say they work, I don't know, for Nike in retail, right? They will still wear a suit to commute to their workplace and then change into the casual Nike clothes to work in retail for their work time and then change back to a suit to commute home. That's why we have this perception of they always look so good. It's so deeply ingrained in their culture. I thought it was so that they look good against the higher ups, so they get higher chance of promotion. I mean, it might be also one of the reasons why, right? But this is how my friend who is living now in Tokyo for 1.5 years. It's actually a friend's couple. Yeah, he went there with his girlfriend, now wife. They told me like the people they will
It's because
commute.
they
Oops,
themselves
sorry. The people they will commute because they are representing the company even in their free time, and it was also a culture shock for them as well. They need to, get ready, dress up. The guy always wears makeup, he's always suited up and everything. It's because you're representing the company and you want to be a worthy representant.
are trying to project what crypto means. Crypto means money. So you can tell that they're insecure about money. That Asian Korean guy saying about, oh, Korea's so awesome and cool. It's because he's insecure that he isn't good looking enough. He's insecure that he isn't as intelligent enough.
You think you're smart? Go to South Korea. You think you're talented? Go to South Korea. You think you're hot? Go to South Korea. Motherfucker, I swear on my mama's grave, you're gonna be humbled real fucking fast.
You're watching videos together.
And this is the biggest problem. You know this, everyone knows this, but it's extremely difficult to apply in real life situations because there's so many things that we are deeply insecure about that we latch onto other ideas to make ourselves feel better about. And I'm not saying America is amazing and awesome. I'm a big patriot. I love America. But at the same time, there is definitely problems of America. But there's this idea that the grass is greener on the other side. And very funny, but I watched Togi and he said something along the lines of, what if you can't see?
Yeah, that about the grass being green on the other side is what we touched on at the beginning, right? There's this perception and it's not always true. Like usually it's not true, to be fair.
That the grass is painted on. You can't see that the grass is actually fake.
Sometimes the grass is green on the other side because it's fake, right? You have to take everything you see with a grain of salt. Like,
what if once you actually get close enough and you live the culture of Japan, Asia, Korea, Philippines, Dubai, where you get to breathe in all the polluted air, smell the shits with zero sewage, that you find out it was not as good as it was purported. And the only reason why you were thought that this was so amazing is because you wanted to project a better life and you were not content with the life you have now. But the real question is, if it isn't greener on the other side, then the only option is you have to make it greener on your side. Thank you for my
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in the end, the harsh reality that you will have when you move to another place to live there, especially in Asia, is if you grew up in a Western country, you will have an absolute big culture shock overall, right? You will have an absolute big culture shock overall. You will struggle to adapt to the expectations from a societal point of view alone. Not even about work, but from a societal point of view alone, you will already struggle. Like, didn't you ever ask yourself why Japan is always so clean? It's because the people there, they take it really seriously, and it's not made for weak mentals at all. Like, especially when you've been pampered your whole life. I know, as a European in Switzerland, I've been pampered my whole life. I've been pampered my whole life. I will not survive the work environment in Asia, or let's say Japan specifically, at all. Because when they work in retail, for example, let's say they're working in a convenience store at 7-Eleven. If you've been to Japan, you have noticed, or probably you will have noticed that if you go to grab a drink, for example, from the fridge, every drink's label will be facing forward. Every drink's label will be facing forward. Every little pencil that you're able to grab there at the convenience, for example, is laid in a very specific way. Like, there is such an attention to detail that is not being taught, or like is not being looked at in the same way in the West as it is there. And it's all these little details that in the end, let's say there's all these little drops, right? Drops into the bucket, but in the end, the bucket will overflow with all the many drops that you will not be able to handle in the end. So yeah, this is true. The grass may be greener on the other side because it's fake, or it's just a projection. It's just a projection. It's not the reality, and everything will get better the day you start to work on yourself first instead of projecting all your issues.
TED Talk. In the description is a Patreon video all about learning if you guys want to check that out. I think it's very important in terms of skill development. I get questions about editing, I get questions about conversational skills, I get questions about how I articulate myself so well. These are very important things. I'm a very young person. How did I become a tutor? It's because of this simple fundamental. If you don't want to pay for it, the most recent video all about books will give you a free trial. Bye guys. Toodly doo.
All right, thank you so much for the video. That was really nice, Rambo. I will link it in the VOD below. Yeah, that was really interesting. What do you guys think? I have the next video already lined up. AI dating is the worst. What do you guys think? Have you ever romanticized? So if you're not living in Asia, or if you're living in Asia, have you ever romanticized on living on another continent because you heard so many good things about it, or was that less of your cup of tea? No, I don't need to improve. The world needs to change for me. Yeah, yeah, that's sadly a lot of people do think like that. There is a kind of entitlement going on at the moment that is becoming a problem. I'm learning Japanese and Korean, but my teacher tells me that there are good places for traveling, but not for immigration. Yeah, that's I believe, I'm not sure if you were there, but that's what I believe we were touching on at the beginning, right? I feel like retirement will be a good thing. Like, if you never lived and worked in Asia, you don't really know how it is, how the pressure can get to you. But I feel like retirement, you might be able to get like to retirement, let's say Japan, because I kind of romanticize as well, right? But I think retirement is okay, but working, I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I could handle working there, because I mean, it starts in the school system as well, right? The school system in Europe is completely different, and the school system in Japan is preparing you for the workforce as well. It's just a completely different culture overall, and yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could handle it. Yo, am I retiring Japan? I'm gonna see what PewDiePie does with Björn for schooling though, because I'm pretty sure he talked about not wanting to put him in strict environment like that. Oh, that's true. Yeah, PewDiePie is living in Japan, and I feel like for him it's amazing. I mean, he is self-employed, right? He doesn't have to work for a Japanese company in that regards. He's self-employed. He has his own income stream, etc. So for that, if I would, for example, have my own income stream, like have, let's say, my own company, or become a professional YouTuber or whatever, then I would also already pack my things. Like if right now, if I would be a successful streamer or a successful YouTuber, I will pack my things and go live in Japan. I would, without the blink of an eye. The problem is, I am not. I'm a peasant. I have to work. And I'm not made for the work environment in Japan. I don't think I could survive it. But retiring, it actually sounds good. Retiring in Japan actually sounds good. They have a high they have a high standard for medicine, medical stuff. Their hospitals are very modern. Nursery homes are modern if you need to. You have 7-Elevens around every corner, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm never retiring. Yeah, we're talking about those 5 years of retirement until you bite the dust, you know. Probably with how things are going, we will never retire. Probably retire with like 80, and then we're gonna live until like 85 because we worked our entire lives, and we will be so overworked that we will not be able to enjoy our free time anymore. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this might also be a part of why more and more people are again romanticizing Japan and the culture and everything, because things are getting bad right now. Things are getting bad. Like overall, things are getting super bad.